Honestly, I almost did not want to make this video because where can I really start? This is not no motivation. This is not no advice. I'm actually going to give y'all my story, man, because I feel like when you share your story, you can help someone else that's on their journey, right? So if it's your first time watching this video, if it's your first time coming across my channel, my name is MindFitG. Well, that's the brand name. Gary Smith is my name. I originated from Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. I came to America in 2009. Came here with my 3 sisters, my 2 brothers, and my mom. This is 2009. Did the whole high school thing. Graduated high school 2012. 2 years later, lost my mother. 2014. You know. And 2 months after losing her, I ended up getting locked up. You know, fresh out of high school, you know, in your 20s, you know, you don't know how to process things like that. So I ended up getting locked up 2 months after my mom passed. I even remember the night she passed away. I remember the night like it was yesterday. I remember the phone call I got. I remember exactly where I was. You know, so I'm coming out here, man. I'm just talking, you know, because I've been thinking about this all day. Because I come on this channel every day and I motivate y'all every day. I give y'all advice about keep pushing through, keep showing up. And as I get older, as I get wiser, as I gain more knowledge, I realize it's okay. It's not weak to ask for help. It's not weakness to realize you need help sometimes. As I get older, I realize that I more understand that when you need help, when you can't really process certain things, it's okay to ask for help. It's not weakness to ask for help. And as I'm getting older, I'm learning that, you know, because I just realized, you know, after my mom passed, all these things, you know, as men, we're just so used to just keep going, not slowing down to even feel the emotions, slowing down to accept what's really going on. So I'm just used to just keep going. I don't think I ever really had the time to really sit down and really talk, you know, talk about everything, how I've been feeling. I don't think nobody even really sit me down and even ask me how I felt about anything. And I know most of us as men, we go through that, not just men, some women too, but us men mostly, you know. We're just so programmed to just keep going, not showing our emotions, not expressing how we really feel. But as I get older, I realize it's strength. It's more stronger to express how you really feel. You gotta express it. Keeping it in is not strength. That's actually weakness because you're not acknowledging what's really going on. So as I'm getting older, I'm just learning to deal with that, you know. So I come on here, like I said, man, I lost my mom in 2014. Been on my own ever since, you know, that forced us. And we was raised as a family where we're always together. Same house. We all sleep together, this and that, me, my brothers, my sisters. So when that happened, we all separated. This is in our 20s. Everybody had to grow up fast. I ended up getting locked up. And till this day, when I think about it, I'm like, you know, that was the best thing happened to me because it slowed me down. It gave me the perspective to really sit down and think of my next move. Right after getting locked up, I came home maybe 3 months later, 2 months later. And I bailed out. Back then you could bail out. This is when I migrated from Jamaica, I migrated to New Jersey. So back then in 2014-ish, you still could bail out when you get locked up. So I bailed out, ended up fighting the case for like 2 years. Beat that case, whatever, you know, got probation, whatever. I'm trying to fast forward. I'm not trying to make this too long. Got probation, you know. But I made a promise to myself in that jail cell that when I come out, I'm gonna change my life. I never told this to anybody, but I told myself this. I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna change my life. I'm not gonna let anger lead me no more. I'm not gonna let my emotions lead me anymore. And I did good. Never got locked up ever since 2014. Changed my life, changed my mindset, but I was still not focused. I still not had goals for my life. I was still trying to figure out my life. This is 2014 and I'm still young. I'm 31 right now. And this is 2014. So as I reflect, I'm like, came home. Instantly, I was homeless. So every time I think about my life, I feel like it's just a movie, man. It's just a movie. Came home, I was homeless. Thank God I had a few friends that, held me down back then. I could have slept. I slept at a friend's house for like months until I got on my feet. And one thing I knew about me throughout this journey of me coming up throughout my 20s, I always found a way. Even when I don't know what's the next plan, the next move, I always find a way. So I don't remember how long it took me to get my own place or if we end up moving together. I think we end up getting some place to get it bigger. I end up getting my own little room type stuff. So throughout my 20s, that's what I used to do. Just get my own room with one of my friends and we rent together. As I got old, I want to say like 29-ish, when I got to my 28, 29-ish years, that's when I really start thinking about what I really want with my life, what I really want from life. So I started, getting into the fitness stuff. I started working out, wasn't fully consistent. I always loved reading, but I wasn't consistent with that either. It took me till I got to like 30. That's when it really started thinking like, all right, I really got to process my life. But as you see, as I'm telling this story, it's no time in between where I took time to process everything since my mom passed, right? I got out of jail. I was homeless. Ended up after just go straight into a job and just start working, get on my feet. That's all I always knew. Get on my feet. Fight. Keep fighting. That's why I come out here every day and tell y'all to just keep showing up, keep fighting. But as men, it's okay to slow down and process what's really going on. This morning, as I was thinking about this, I was driving to work, man, and I'm just like overwhelmed with tears, man. I was just crying this morning because I'm like, damn, bro, I gave up everything. My life was good at one point. After everything, I built my point up. I got into a management. I did management for the past 5 years now, and when I remember my first years in management, I ended up getting my first apartment by myself. That felt like a great accomplishment. I remember going through a phase in my life like not too long ago, 2 years ago. I want to say 2024, 2025. Remember, we all together, me, my brothers and sisters, and we all end up splitting up after our mom passed. So at one point, it ended up me being me, helping the whole family, and I'm like, they come to me because I was doing good at one point. I had a nice management job. I had my own place, no kids, 30-year-old. I was making $80K a year in New Jersey. That's high income right there, middle class income. So I was doing real good. Nice Benz car. So I was doing real good. So you can see why everybody would come to me for help. And I'm always the type to give help, and I'm always the type to just be helping everybody. I'm always the type to willing to help everybody. But as I'm doing that, and I'm working on myself, I realize who's asking me what I need? Nobody. No family, no nothing. So it got to the point where I started saying no. And when I started saying no, that made a lot of people drift away from me, family, everybody. So I became isolated for that whole 2024, 2025. I was isolated from everybody. I was by myself for that whole year, and all I did was just read books. listen to motivational speeches every day while I'm developing myself because I'm like, yeah, I want more. I feel like I'm here to inspire people in some type of way, man. I feel like through the knowledge, through when I think, what's my purpose on this earth, I just want to help as much people as I can in any way I can through knowledge, through showing them that you don't have to let life beat you, man. You don't have to let life beat you down to you automatically go negative. And I feel like that's my calling at some point in my life, you know. So I was helping everybody, man. Nobody was helping me. And it made me start thinking, like, what if anything should happen to me? Like, till this day, if I was supposed to die today, I don't know if anybody would even know that I'm gone until someone contact them. That's how isolated. This is 2026 now. I went a whole year isolated from everybody. I left New Jersey. I came to Florida for another opportunity through a job and through chasing my dreams, because I understand Florida is where I could take the fitness, I could take the branding, I could be more active. I gave up everything in New Jersey. Remember, I said I was making $80,000 a year in there. I took a big pay cut coming down here. I already knew that. That's not the point. I gave up a 2-bedroom house in New Jersey to come to Florida. In the first 2 months in Florida, I had an apartment. I had a 1-bedroom, and I was sleeping on the floor for the first 3 months. Not to say that's a bad thing. That was by choice. But as I'm chasing this journey, as I'm chasing my dreams, and when I'm going through those times, and when I was on that floor sleeping, I was like, damn, you gave up everything for this. I can't tell you how many times I done slept on that floor and I just looked in the ceiling, bro, and I'm like, yo, I was good. I was really good, and I chose to want more, and this is what I gotta go through. I slept on that floor for like 3 months. I got hip pains from sleeping on that floor, man, till this day. This apartment that I'm at right now, I just moved here in February. Says I'm making small progress in my life, man, and I come on here every day and I preach to you guys, and I'm like, yo, keep going, keep pushing, keep striving, keep wanting more. This is not just for you guys, this is for me also as well, man. And I know it's easy to come on here and motivate people every day. It's harder to come on here and be vulnerable. So I'm not venting, I'm just being real. Because I know it's not just me that's on this journey of wanting more in their life. I know it's not just me that go through these things. I know it's many people that's going through these things, and they might not even want to say it. Probably ever gonna say it. But I always say this: you don't know how much you're hurting until you talk about it. And this morning when I start thinking about this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it, I literally start shedding tears, man. If I came on camera this morning trying to talk about it, I don't know if I would even have the words to get a 13-minute video or however long this video gonna be. So you don't know how much you're hurting, man. But if I was supposed to be gone tomorrow, I don't know if anybody would even know that I'm gone. My family, nobody. I'm my father's only son. I lost my mother 2014. I'm my father's only son, right? Remember, I told you at one point I was helping everybody. When I started saying no, I said no to him too. And I lost him. And he's still alive. I can't remember the last time we spoke since I told him no. I remember growing up thinking that man was rich. Thinking that man is my role model, you know, and then it took me growing up older to realize everybody just wants